The man accused of killing the CEO of United Healthcare pled not guilty to state murder charges in a Manhattan courtroom. Luigi Mangione is also facing federal charges and is being held in federal prison in Brooklyn, where he returned after the hearing. But over the weekend, a disturbing moment on Saturday Night Live. An unprompted round of applause broke out when his name was mentioned. Watch this.
Luigi Mangione dropped. Yeah, definitely woo. You're wooing for justice, right?
Wow. Here now with more are Fox News contributors Sarah Carter and Project 21 chairman Horace Cooper. Horace, Saturday Night Live is supposed to be a comedy show. Sometimes it's funny, sometimes has not been so much. But my goodness, this isn't even part of the script. This is an audience in Manhattan, blocks away from where Brian Thompson, the CEO of United Healthcare, a person was murdered in cold blood, and they're cheering this on weeks later. What do you make of this?
Human beings, innocent human beings, must not be killed. We do not have a problem in America where we don't execute, where we execute too many. The problem we have is we're not holding people accountable enough. If you don't like what your insurance company is doing, if you don't like what your bank is doing, we as Americans want to send this clear signal. You do not kill people over these kinds of disputes. If you're riding on the subway, you don't light up someone and watch them burn. We absolutely need Donald Trump and others who recognize that the crime wave that we're experiencing must stop. Progressives have been green-lighting this, and it's no surprise that during a show like Saturday Night Live, otherwise seemingly normal people would cheer at the name of a brutal, vicious killer. The best thing we could do is, as rapidly as possible, figure out how to have his trial and move him to the execution chamber so he can be buried under the jail.
Yeah, and of course, Joe Biden would be commuting that death sentence. Sarah, let's stay on the public for a moment, because Luigi Mangione's lawyer is arguing, among other things, he can't get a fair trial. The guy is here to a hero's welcome in the same city where he murdered somebody, allegedly. We all saw it in cold blood. That plus all the people stopping to take pictures and videos of the woman who lost her life to this illegal migrant from Guatemala, lighting her on fire and watching her burn. Instead of trying to help her or go get the authorities, they're videotaping it. What is wrong with people that this is normal? Do they think they're in the middle of a video game and this isn't real life? The depravity towards human life should concern us all. There will always be cold-blooded killers out there. But what about the rest of us? What's gone wrong?
It's actually a cultural nightmare, Kellyanne, and you're absolutely right. It's kind of this desensitization to what we're seeing, these horrendous crimes. I mean, what happened on the subway, I can't even imagine watching someone being burned alive and not trying to help them. I can't even imagine just pulling out your phone and taking photographs of that or putting it on video. Also with Luigi Mangione, I mean, listen to his lawyer. She talks about him like he's a 15-year-old boy. He is a 26-year-old executioner. He is an executioner. He destroyed an entire family's life. He took someone's life, execution style. United Healthcare worker, CEO Brian Thompson, in the middle of the street, in front of everyone, you know, as an executioner, and he knew what he was doing. And this is because we have a culture of victims, people that play victims, but they also think they're kind of living in this video game. I like the way you described that, where they blame everybody else for their problems. I mean, look, if you have an issue with United Healthcare, then you take it to the courts, you dispute that legally, you do not commit murder. And sadly, we're we're raising a lot of children to feel like they're victims about everything, and they think they can do whatever they want. Sadly, we see this with Luigi Mangione as an adult man now saying, you know what, I'm going to do whatever I want. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to take someone's life. He's being accused of that. Of course, he's going to have a fair trial. Look at what went on with SNL. And by the way, his lawyer, Karen, even dressed in the same outfit as him when they went into court. I don't know what her game plan is there, but they're both wearing maroon sweaters with collegiate white collars, like they're in college. I don't know what she's trying to say there, but this is a grown man. He should pay the price, and actually, there should be an example set for the rest of America, and we should take a long, hard look at how we raise our children and how we talk to our children as they grow up and how they become responsible adults. Once you turn 18, that's it. You're responsible for yourself and your actions. You're no longer a child. And if we don't turn our culture around, it's not going to be a nightmare just for the lady on the subway and, of course, for the CEO and his family and what we're seeing across the board, but it's going to flip America upside down. We're already watching this spread across the globe. We really need to get back to common sense and this is just unacceptable, absolutely unacceptable.
Horace, to Sarah's point, I feel like common sense was on the ballot this time, as was strength over weakness and fairness over wokeness. People just want resolute leadership where the rules are the rules and they're enforced and people who do bad things are punished. If you look at the mandate that President Trump has, Horace Cooper, coming out of this election, what piece of that is not just the border, not just the foreign wars, but really the policing, the crime, the drug, the gangs, the depravity towards human life? What do you see as his mandate there from the American people? Because the left thought it was going to be abortion. Kamala won women by 8 points. That's pathetic for any Democratic nominee.
Accountability is coming. Look, this president, Mr. Biden, just said to some of the most vicious, bloodthirsty killers on death row that he was going to let them live out their life and have taxpayers pay for them. The incoming president is sending a different signal. You will not rape. You will not maim. You will not murder. You will not go to an elementary school and drop off cocaine or crack or other things. On the campaign trail, Donald Trump said, if you are delivering hardcore drugs to children, you ought to get the death penalty, and I agree. I repeat, the problem in this country is not that we execute too many people. The problem is most people never believe that there will be accountability. Thank God that Donald Trump is coming in and he is going to return us to a world where people understand. Just as Sarah said, you got a dispute with the insurance company? Handle it in court. There's no killing. There's no lighting up people on the subway. We absolutely, as a society, must eradicate it. And I call on the New York Times, I call on MSNBC, and a number of these liberal propaganda agents to stop normalizing this behavior.
Wise words from both of you on the day that President Biden commuted death row inmates. Unbelievable. Thank you both.